Hey, John Prevost here from WhistleBiz.com. Thanks for tuning in again today. Today is part 9 of our pod series, our Passion, Ownership, and Dedication series. And specifically, we're wrapping up our Passion Within a Project grouping under the pod series. So far, within creating passion within a project, we've discussed vision statements, which are the what and the why in a project. We've talked about user profiles, which is the who, the customer environment, which is the where, and finally we talked about goal-based requirements, which is the how we execute work. Then finally today is about the when. The when is about commitments, employee level commitments. All of these strategies, these 5 strategies, are about increasing the buy-in, the engagement, the passion that an employee has around a project. So what does an employee level commitment look like? When we start scoping out a project and start looking at all the work that's within a project, we need to not only understand the actual work that happens there, or the goal, the objective of that work, but we also want to know how big something, what is the effort level of something. Do we as management want to say, oh, we think we know how much all this work is? No, we don't. We're not the experts on that work. They are the experts on the work, the people that are coming up with the work chunks, you know, what they're going to be executing without a project. So not only do we want to set up the goal, but we also want them to be able to provide the estimation within the work that they're doing. And this sounds like a small tweak, you know, going from command and control management saying how long it's going to take you to do something, to have an employee saying this is how long, this is how big the work is. But there's a radical shift happening here that basically it's an enabling factor, right? That we're enabling or empowering an employee to be able to make their commitments, but we're also liberating management from having to beat people over the head for commitments. When somebody puts their name on a commitment, you can go back to them, and if it hasn't been completed, you know, they knew about it. They knew when the work was done. I mean, it's the ultimate accountability. So it should increase the buy-in, but it also increases the accountability and the measurability of the work that should be getting completed. So we'll talk more about that when we get into predictability, measurability, accountability in the upcoming weeks. But it's a fantastic shift, and it's a magical one as far as you know, the engagement level you get within the employees for our project. There's a specific example I'd like to mention. About a year ago, I was working with a marketing agency, and one of the project managers came up to me and said, listen, I have this PM tool out there, a project management tool out there, and I put in all the jobs, but then I go around and I ask people, you know, have they done this on Thursday? Did they do this on Friday? You know, but nobody's going out there and looking at it. They just don't care about it. You know, they're receiving work from other people, you know, it's funneling in other ways, and they just never go out and look at the project management schedule we have out there, and they're just childish. You know, that's the way she said it. She said they're just childish because they won't engage there. And so I said, just make this one change. Instead of, you know, you telling them when they have to have something done, and the effort level that's, you know, behind the work that they do, pull the commitments out of them. Have them tell you. Have them really think about the work and really think about when they're able to get it done. And you know, even if you still have to schedule it, that's fine. But really, the important part is for them to say how big the chunk of work is. Is it 2 days, 1 day, 3 days, 4 days? Is it 2 hours, you know, of work? And so when you come back to them, again, they're the ones who made the commitment. They're the ones that own the execution of the work, and it's very liberating for the project manager. They don't have to be consternated all the time walking around saying, why doesn't anybody listen to me? She made the change. The answer is she made the change, and it worked out great. She got about 5 times the buy-in in her schedule within 2 weeks. So that's a pretty good result. So this is a pretty magical bullet, but there are, you know, there's a big shift here, and it's not necessarily very easy to put in. You know, it seems like you're giving up power as management because you're empowering other people to do this, but really you've just made your job a lot easier by putting this in place. So that's it for today. So that is the win level, or the employee commitment basis for task level work that we have within our organization. That's it for today. Have a wonderful day. Thanks so much. Bye.